How's the... it's down to 8 litres of silage additive. So we might need to grab the other pallet and bring it over in the truck. Okay, so Mrs. Osa just got up, which kind of surprised. She was very tired last night. This is interesting. Why are we so far over at this end and we were so not far over last week? Oh, hello. FedEx person's here. Little stump of maize there. Now that we're on the rows, I don't expect us to take too long here. How's the grass seeding is? It's got less than 1,000 litres of seed left. I hope I don't have to go and get more. That would be unfortunate. So one thing I know, we've now got conservation farming mod loaded. So we'll probably only get one cut of grass from that field. And then in the spring, what I'll do is I will use the mulcher to mulch the grass in and get us a bonus of nitrogen. Because maize does use a lot of nitrogen. That will be our maize field next year. not sure how it compares with the 3 that we had this year. Guess we'll find out. But there's also the plan that we could chop down those trees and buy the fields at the other end, on the other side. This is going to be a big giant mess up. I don't know why he's spraying stuff over there. Hopefully I'll hit the trigger point. There we go. If I do plough these together, the longest edge of the field might be that way rather than this way. Guess we'll find out. Slow down, slow down. And how is... Forager is doing okay. He's running about 6 miles an hour. Okay. I'm full again? No, I'm full again. Okay. And the case IH looks like it's got about 11 minutes of seeding left. And a lot of that I think is going to be the headlands. It looks like he's getting very close to the edge or the end of the rows. And then I'll need to go over there and just tidy up the bits he's missed, if I can. Some of the fields aren't very level, and so we're going to end up with little bits of dirt that don't get any seed. Oops. That is not pouring. There we go. I was more interested in getting that divot on the left.
Alarm on.
So let's pull forward slowly enough that we get a gradual rise there. Because then it does mean I can generally reverse up that slope and tip further back into the pile. Okay. This is actually kind of convenient now that we're working our way south to north. Here, it's fairly direct to get off the field and on the field. Not sure, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do when we've got the combined fields, because it's when doing headlands it's going to be a long drive across the field or round the field. And again, there will be issues with which side of the field do we end up on. This has worked out quite convenient, but it could have just have easily have started over there and ended up over here, which is not quite so convenient. I am not finding any problems with the map update. Even some of the hedges stayed where they were, or some of the hedges that I had jotted down stayed where they were, which was good. Because I built a farm track out of the yard into the southern field in that block there, and put a dirt track in and everything else, and then, oh, it's a map update. What's the reckoning? There's going to be trees in the middle of the track that I made, and hedges blocking the end of it. But nope, all the trees were gone, all the hedges were gone, still gone. PDA update's nice, I like it. But as you see, I have been doing quite a bit of editing on the map so far. I've got these 3 fields directly in front of us. Now have grass in, although the ground looks a little bit odd. I'm going to have to look at that when it's finished. But I'm finding with courseplay I am losing a lot of the corners. So by combining fields together, I have fewer outside corners, so there's less crop lost as I harvest them. So it's a little bit, you know, I'm getting more income per year because of the stuff I'm not missing or not going to be missing. Regular harvester's not too bad because you can always drive that. Oh, we're done again. You can always drive that into the corner, but with forage harvesters, there's no helpers. So it's courseplay or something else, and the 3 options for courseplay, one is completely unfeasible. One leaves patches of crop in the middle of the field and the other leaves patches of the crop at the corners. So kind of going with the patches of crop at the corners. Has anyone else said anything about the updates, or is nobody playing Glenleathann anymore? Oh, now I did hear the Epic Game Store made a bit of a boo-boo this week, and effectively have announced Farming Simulator 25. Much like Steam, I use Steam, they have placeholders for things about to be released, and we normally get sort of a Steam update of, yes, we know there's a DLC coming out, and it looks like it's going to be however much money, and it will be released on such and such a date. Well, Epic Store does the same thing, and someone discovered that Farming Simulator 25 is going to be released this year sometime. I'm not sure they said when or where or for how much, but the placeholder is in place, and the expectation is that Giants will probably be announcing it at some farming convention in about 2 weeks' time. I think 2nd Tuesday of July or something like that. But yes, we now know it's coming. So oh, that's great. Auto-loading the hedges as you drive past. That's I do have an auto-load trailer, but I only use it for bales, and I only do bales for contracts. So because I'm in the middle of my main harvesting, July, August harvesting, I'm not doing any contracts at the moment, although I need to because I need some money. But yeah, that's just funny. Maybe it's a specific auto-load trailer with its own auto-load script. But yeah, oh, that's just genius. So if you're doing all four, are you going to be releasing a 4x for 23 or wait until 25? Oh, I didn't add that. Oh, crap. Nearly crashed. I did notice, Black Sheep Modding has been fairly quiet lately, but he's done a fully expanded old stream farm, which does look quite interesting. He's only done the announcement, he hasn't released anything. But as a farmer, I've always had a soft spot for the old stream farm. It feels genuine, and every new farming it's one of the first maps that gets released to Farming Simulator, but it's a little bit small to do a 2-3 year let's play on it. So I tend not to play it that often, and I think I played it twice in 17 and once in 19, so yeah, I've really thrashed that one to death. So I've skipped it for 22. We're on 22. I skipped it for 22. But I still think it's a really nice, cute map that you can do what you want with it. Income's slow because everything's small. But as I said, he's releasing the expanded old stream farm. But I have a suspicion that come Farming Simulator 25, we'll be back to a small old stream and one of the first maps that's released for it. Also, I mean, with all our fostering and adopting last few years, I don't have time to stream during the week, which is when I used to do smaller farms for a couple of months, or a couple of weeks, few weeks, just to present something different. Saturday stream was always full again. Always the same farm for the years. Ah, 255. Well, that's an old significance for 8-bit programmers. I mean, these days you'd usually go to 65,536 as the new magic number. Oh, my tractor's finished. I should go and check on it. But yeah, 255 fields. That probably explains why a lot of people do combo blocks. On some of the bigger maps, you buy a land with 4 fields on it. Thinking of the one, I can't even remember what map Daggerwind's currently doing his realistic series on. But the farm and 3 fields all come as one thing. But that probably explains why map makers do it, because there's a hard limit. Go. Yeah, we're up here. I'm in the wrong place. Try not to go too far up, because then the tractor gets stuck. Yeah, the next markup from 256, at least programmer-wise, would be 512, but even then, that... I guess it depends if Giant stays with the standard 2x map size for everything, or whether they start ditching the older game consoles and just releasing on the modern stuff. Because obviously I need to go see what's going on. Oh, what happened there? There's a hedge there. Where'd that come from? That probably means that there is a hole in a hedge somewhere that I haven't seen. Okay, I need to move the logs, remove the stumps. Well, that explains why that thing didn't finish its job. I wonder. Oh, I know why the field looks so weird. So it's different textures on the ground. Where I ploughed only, it's given me one thing, and yeah, okay. So we do have a full planting, yeah, but it's a little bit weird, I guess. Anyway, let's get that lined up. Idea. I'm gonna need. There we go. And there. Okay, off you go. And off they go. Yes, that looks good. Doing that. Now I can go back to the Zerion wherever I left that. Yes, it was kind of time, I thought, and using the old generation consoles puts too much of a limitation on everything that they can do for everyone else, which is where you end up with cross-play stuff and PC-only stuff. Obviously, there are some limits. Cross-play you can't use, or you can't do a Dodge truck or a I suppose you can do a Volvo truck now because Volvo was released with Silver Run. But there are, obviously there are some manufacturers that they're not licensed to do, so they don't allow them on console. Whereas for everything else, there are limitations on some of the mods that it could go on the console, except because of older generations, you can't do that. Alrighty. That's another row. How are we doing with... Oh, good grief. I've only got 85 litres of grass. I really didn't want to have to drive to the store to buy some more grass seed. Oh, but he's done. Awesome stuff. Okay. Well, it's only 11:20, so I don't actually have to get that field done for anything. So we can go and check on that end of the day, or towards the end of the day. I want to get this field finished. What is real life time is 10 o'clock. So you said Glenleathann, Riverview. I'm not sure I've come across Riverview before. That's interesting though, because Glenleathann's supposed to be Scottish and Maypole is Irish. Although, to be fair, you tend to just use... you just tend to use Giant's assets for your map, so it's not like there would be a discrepancy. I mean, it's kind of like Black Sheep. They do the Old Stream Farm and the Valley of the Old Farm, or whatever it is, and they use the same assets because they do their assets and they're all appropriate for the area they're modelling. What can look weird is someone dumping American sheds on a British map. Just doesn't look right. But I appreciate that. You know, you turn out a good map and use the assets that Giants have made available rather than taking longer to create a map and